And since we have all these heinous shootings and everything is going on, let me try to speak a little bit of comprehension and understanding. It's no secret that I live in a predominantly white, rural, country community and area and city and town. But at the same time, there's something to be said when you have people who are law enforcement officials that are from, listen to me very carefully, the same area where you live. Did y'all hear what I just said? You see, a lot of times people want to try to make these things all about racism and things like that. But the truth is, a lot of this stuff is not about racism. It's about people not having cultural awareness of the type of demographics as well as the general population, the communities that these people live. You bring in a stranger that don't know the people who live in these hometowns, who lives in these cities and stuff, who didn't grow up in these areas and stuff. You bring them in, they're going to be a whole lot more quick on the trigger than those who are actually people of the community. I'm not well loved. Matter of fact, I'm probably hated for no reason whatsoever at all because I've done nothing to nobody up there. And the only time I ever will do anything to anybody up there is if I'm threatened or those who I love is threatened. And I'm not going to wait for them to bring the fight to me. I'm going to bring the fight to them. That's just the way that it is. You make your choices and decisions in life. They leave me alone, I leave them alone. That's it. That's just the way it is. I'm already leaving them alone. So I don't start anything. But I'll be damned if I'm going to sit up there and wait for envy or evil or terrorism to come my way when I know it's coming. Hell no. Now, again, back to my account. When you have police officers and officials and sheriffs that actually, they grow up there in the community, they know about you, and I'm telling you, there's going to be a certain measure of miscommunication and stuff, but it's something to be said, because you're not going to have all these heinous killings and all these heinous murders, these unjust murders from law enforcement officials when everybody in the community knows each other. I mean, the TBI there is so in tune with the law enforcement officials up there where I'm at, that even when white families, saints, move into the area up there, they already know them. They know them. Don't they know them? Yes, it's totally amazing, isn't it? And what's amazing to me is that if you talk to a lot of people up there, the only reason why we are a threat in that community is because we don't conform to what they do. Neither do we bother or trouble what they do. I'll break it down real simple. They call themselves Christians, but they're religious. They don't obey one thing about the Bible, and I'll prove it. The three main tenets of Christianity are all, in fact, satanic and pagan in nature. These people, they teach people how to worship and serve the devil. I don't give a damn what they conscience say. They can't prove what they believe with their Bible. They just religious. And they hate the fact that I bring out that. They want to be comfortable in lies while they're holding a Hebraic Bible and trying to spin the narrative, spin the truth to try to convince people that they all right. And they're not. And so I cry aloud, I spare not, and therefore I'm hated. Christmas, Easter, and Sunday. Go check it out. They're all pagan. They're all satanic. Then they hate the fact of the color of my skin. Not that I've done anything to them. It's just the color of my skin. And now they hate the fact because our community, which is demographically, is probably I don't know. It's half and half, a mixture of everything. And they hate the fact that we have unity and love for each other. Now, that's just the straight up truth, because we don't trouble or bother anybody. And like I said a few videos ago, when I talked to one of our neighbors, I said, you look at what's going on up here. The blacks in this county, we're not the ones that's causing all the trouble. We're not the meth addicts. We're not the crackheads. We're not the one that's growing marijuana and stealing power from off the grid in order to do it. We're not the one that's shooting and killing our neighbor. We're not the one that's running from the police and getting chased down. We're not the one that is selling narcotics. We're not the ones that's doing all this stuff. And we're not the ones that, we don't never hit the front page of the paper. Never. Y'all have had no trouble from my community in the 20 years we've been here. Zero. Now, that's a hard truth. And if you do have a trouble from any black person, it's not because they from this area. It's because they came out from this area, and they come in, and then they got caught in trouble, but not from my community. You would think that there would be such a level of honor and respect just from that alone. Just from that alone. But no, people have their little traditional biases, and they can keep them as far as I'm concerned. But no, we're not going to be like when we in Lafayette, we're going to do whatever the hell Lafayettans do, because the Lafayettans are a bunch of damn pagans and heathens. I'm not doing that. Now, there's nothing personal in my statements. That's just stating a fact. It's just truth. It's just literal truth. Right now, I am in Canada. That's where I'm at, getting ready to visit the northern tribes of Israel. And we're going to be up here having such a wonderful time. A wonderful time. It's a nice home, isn't it? A wonderful time up here with our family. There's going to be a lot of deliverance. Going to be a lot of things going on. A lot of deliverance, a lot of counsel, a lot of good fellowship. But I tell you what, I much rather travel 850 miles to come and see my white sister, Sister Wenda, and my Indian brother, Brother Steve, than to actually sit down and fellowship with a bunch of pork chop eating hypocrites there in Lafayette, Tennessee, who will smile at you when they really truly just tolerating you. They really truly don't give a damn about you, and the hypocrisy of it. But that wasn't the nature of this. Let me get back here. I digress again. We're back at it again. The bottom line is that you're better off when you have police officers that actually grew up in the neighborhood and everybody knows them. They won't come in guns blazing because they're fearful. That's just the truth. That's the truth straight way. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day.